Hey, we're interviewing detecting legend and owner of Wildman's Civil War surplus shop, Mr. Dent Myers, and a little bit of a start into this. Dent was the first person that I ever went metal detecting with. Do you remember, Dent, going to my grandmother's one time? I didn't even know you worked with my daddy. You came out there and you were going to metal detect my grandmother's property, and I was about 10 years old. And she made me follow along behind you so she could get rid of me for a while. Do you remember that, doing that?
I don't remember yesterday too well.
Well, how long have you been metal detecting, or when did you start metal detecting?
Probably in the early 50s or late 40s, because this guy over in Poland kind of built me a detector. It was made of a broom handle and a box with tubes and all in it. And he picked up the ground, he'd pick up the hair, he'd pick up there, set it down. Still detected about 5 minutes after he got rid of it. That was my first detector. Then I went to T10, Fisher T10, it's a big wooden foot, and a rubber band around it, and tubes and batteries in that. From then on, went through Metratech, and then the Cornmaster 5 came in and shot everybody else out of the water.
That's the White's Cornmaster 5.
That's the reason I got dealership always been with. We'd gone over a place out in my area out there and we raped it, scraped it, and done it with metal detectors, army detectors, and Metratech and all. Took this Cornmaster 5 out there and found 6 cast fires and a whole handful of bullets and some picket bullets we never found before.
Wow.
So that got me convinced I needed to sell those to other people.
Was that at Gilgal Church?
Mm-hmm.
And Gilgal Church is where you've always lived. I guess that was your main hunting area.
Well, actually, we didn't hunt there that much. But in the afternoon, I'd have an hour or 10 minutes. I might have that 40-pound detector on my back and out there in the woods. Boy, you know, it's a disease. And I had it bad. I had to go out and get my qualifications with the tigers and the ticks and the other jackets, and all. I had to acquaint my place with them. But anytime you had 10 minutes, I was on my place with you.
You said chiggers and ticks, and I know you've told me at least one story about snakes. You remember the snakes balling up at Brushy Mountain? Tell us about that.
Yeah, my brother and I was going up there to hunt. You know, the trenches go all the way around Brushy Mountain, facing Kennesaw Mountain. I found two, it was like an ice cream cone. Shingles.
Shingles.
Shingles, found 2 shingles the first time. We were coming back, and over right in the middle of that track over there, there's a big ball of snakes. Tails and heads and things, just doing all kind of stuff. And I told my brother, I said, let's go. He said, no, they're not going to harm us. I said, they would harm me. I saw them. Anyway, I just got a good reading on this big rock. I just knew something was going to give me. But you know how you are when you get a reading, something gets you if you get something out there yourself. I just thought I'd have something. I dug it up, and it was a horseshoe. And it still had the hoof on it. And that much of the bone. Right there at the Brushy Mountain line. It's on a big pile of rock.
Wow.
Snakes bit on GI crawl.
You never been snake bit, have you?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, tell us.
Well, we're here a few years back. It came this deluge. There's raining cats and dogs and a few puppies and spiders and everything else. It was so thick you couldn't even see. And the chipmunks and muskrats had eaten a hole in my dam. And it was kind of emptying itself, but it was on a cord. So I went down there with an ice cream bucket wrapped in plastic and stick in his hole to stop the flow of water. So going down there, you couldn't even see, and I was walking along the edge of the dam. My boot got stuck in the mud. Water was swirling, run over the dam, blinding. Anyway, I got my foot stuck in there, and I couldn't get it out, so I put my foot out of the boot, pulled the boot out, and while I had my foot out, I felt something sting in front of my leg, and I said, you must have some poison out in this water. So I put my boot on, and I put the bucket in the dam, which didn't help it any. Just washed the bucket out down through there. I've been having ice cream for years now. Anyway, I went back home that night and I wanted to drink. I haven't been drinking for a long time. So I got me a Dickel and RC. A Dickel and RC. Sit there and drank that, watching TV, and I started to get up, I was dizzy. I said, that's what you get for drinking. I went to bed. Got up the next morning, I still didn't feel real well. And I fell down the front of my leg on the shin. There's 2 holes about that far apart on my shin bone. That thing hit me in the water, and that's where my did it just came from. So I had to blame whiskey for it. Anyway, two days later, this guy came back and quit raining and all. Fixed my dam, and he put a short copperhead, real short. He found it down there. That's why he's big in the water. So don't believe that they won't bite you in the water.
Wow.
He got me. Anyway, I didn't like him before that, and I like him even less now.
I can certainly see why. Do you remember okay, here's a good one. What's the weirdest or strangest thing you ever dug up, or the weirdest or strangest thing you've ever seen out in the woods?
I dug a revolving Colt rifle cylinder that had a Yankee breastplate stuck to the front of it one time, still loaded 5 rounds. And do you ever remember Colonel Myers?
Yeah.
He came in about 2 weeks later, took a piece of metal. He said, "You know what this is?" I said, "Yeah, that's the top off the Colt revolving rifle." But this was a cylinder, had a Yankee breastplate stuck to it, face out, and it bent like this. So I don't know how it was stuck on. It had to go through somebody up against a tree. But that was about the most unusual thing I'd ever located.
Wow, well, you were big into reenacting too back in the early 1960s. I think you were the overall general, I believe.
Not then. No, it's a 8-foot stroke, but I joined it.
Oh, okay.
I was just a private. I joined the 1st Georgia, not 1961, not 1961. I transferred to the 41st Georgia into the 12th Georgia Light Artillery. Finally, eventually, after a number of years, swamping all over this country, expanding many pounds of black powder, I came in control of the entire division.
You were doing a lot of relic hunting back then too, I guess, weren't you, during the
Doing relic
reenacting?
hunting, I was doing modeling, I was doing movies, I was working for Lockheed, I was running this place,
Wow.
all simultaneously. And I don't believe I've done it. I can't believe that I did all that stuff. And I was modeling for camera clubs and art places too, on top of that.
Wow. In your uniform as a soldier, or maybe we don't want to know what you were modeling.
It wasn't a girly magazine.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Speaking of movies, you've been in several movies.
Yeah, worked on 20 or 30, something like that. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So you're well known at that. When did you open this shop, Wildman Shop?
1971. Been here for 46 years this past July. That's in spite of everybody. Well, not everybody, but most of them. I think we know further. They told me I wouldn't last. And I guess I haven't.
You're still here.
I may be a figment of your imagination.
Well, let me put it this way. Okay, now let me ask you this. Do you remember the day I brought in the Georgia plate I found?
Who could forget that?
I just had to bring that up.
Yeah. It didn't matter to me. I went and got me a clean pair of breeches later. Yeah, he brought that. I seen him over there hunting.
You did?
Now, that's an odd thing there because we would park, go into the woods to the trenches, turn the texture on. He parked, turned the texture on, set it down under the park.
That's right. 30 feet into the woods.
Yeah, we walked all over that thing. It's just for you to find though.
Yeah, it's well, do you believe there are some things that are just meant for a certain person to find?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
How did what did they think about you metal detecting their property back then? Were they pretty open to it, or were they hateful, or?
Back then, there was no problem whatsoever. You could ask one of the old farmers, say, "Would we go hunt your property? What you looking for, son?" We're looking for meaning balls. He said, "What's that?" I said, "Bullets, you know." He said, "I plow these things up all the time out there next to the fence. I got a bunch of we go around meaning balls." He's talking about candy balls.
Oh my.
Had to stack out there, shovel on, bust my plow on. Go ahead as much as you want to. Now then, you don't know whether they want a metal detector or casing the joint. So you can't blame people anymore. Our situation's changed considerably, politically, financially, and morally, and ethically.
Just guessing, it's going to be hard for you to do, I bet, but how many cast eyes do you think, and North Carolina buttons, do you think you probably found?
That we found?
Yeah.
Well, it was a coffee can full.
Coffee can full.
I never checked them because that's back when they were bringing $15 a piece.
Yeah.
And the North Carolinas are a little bit more than that. We had funny looking ones. We didn't know some were gold plated and some silver and some just, well, I'll say, some had different rays on them. But we didn't know the difference. I mean, it's an NC button.
Well, when did the books start coming around? And how did you identify your early stuff before the books came around?
We didn't. We just thought it was stuff. We didn't. Now I knew what a pistol was. My brother found a pistol over at Pickett's Mill. Still had 5 rounds in it.
Wow.
It was a Manhattan.
Uh-huh.
And one of the experts said they didn't have Manhattans during the war.
We've proven a lot of experts wrong with our digging. I know my advice for somebody, you've been there a whole lot longer than me, but when you've got a relic, don't try to clean it up and don't try to polish it up and don't mess with it, especially if you don't know what it's supposed to be. Would you agree with
Don't
that?
mess with it if you know what it is. Yeah,
Just leave it.
Only thing we did was put it under water and rinse it a little bit. Now the infield, we'd dig the face out of them to see what they were. That's about it. No, I've had too much of that same guy bought 1851 sword belt plate, a dug one, nice one, from Florida. Came back the next year, came every year and bought some stuff. And he had this real shiny plate. I said, where'd you get that? That's the one I got from you.
Oh,
What,
no.
my 1851? Yeah, I said, what did he say? I forgot. Brasso, he used Brasso to polish it so it looked good. I told him, I said, you just took about $150 off of it. Go bronze your rag that you took it off with.
So I shouldn't sandblast my Georgia plate.
Not today,
No.
anyway. I'm going to come sandblast you if you do. Maybe,
No, it has not been cleaned. It won't ever be cleaned.
maybe a 45 sandblast.
Where do you see the future of collecting Civil War relics in general? Do you think it's going to become politically incorrect or what?
It's going to become lax. It's not going to have the influence that it had previously.
Have the what?
The emphasis.
Oh. Emphasis.
Yeah. Because people are, a number of different reasons they're not going to be doing it because it's connected to some adverse situation that people are, the herd is joining in to avoid as much as possible. I think that's what happened at the show down here too. People are not coming because of the political atmosphere. You know, it's not going to have this thing, but I still buy it. Probably gonna have to dig a big hole to put it in with me, but it won't take it with me.
If I help you dig the hole, can I have half of it?
Mm-hmm. have half the hole.
I can't dig a hole.
Did you see what I got the other day?
No.
A Spencer Navy.
No, I did not.
Spencer got a contract with the military to build 1,000 Navy first. And they kept hamping and hoeing and all this about paying them for it. So Spencer went ahead and built 300 of them and sent them to the Navy. This
Wow.
is X-Terra 151.
Out of 300 guns. That's rare. Man.
Anyway, I've been trying to find a bayonet part. Will Gorgas found me one the other day, but he called to get it and they'd already sold it.
Well,
Because they only made 1,000 bayonets and 1,000. They finally finished contract for 1,000. That's the first 300 that went. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that.
that'd be hard to find, and most people aren't going to know what they are unless they study what bayonets are what.
Well, I bought 5-gallon buckets of bayonets here about 6 or 8 months ago. And look, most of them are 45-70, you thought. But
Yeah.
I found 2 Winchesters in there,
Oh,
which is pretty unusual.
I would
They
imagine,
use
yeah.
The old lever action 44-40 Winchester that you sent to Mexico.
Yeah.
They look just like those, but the shank is a whole bunch of different stuff. There's some real good ones in there.
I bought a lot of bad bayonets before I started figuring out which ones were the ones I wanted. So,
We still got them though. They may be good now.
yeah, well, that's true. That's something I found out. A lot of the stuff I got rid of because it was post-Civil War. If I'd held on to it, I'd made some good money on it.
You got any Austin Lorentz bayonets?
And what?
Austin Lorentz.
Yeah, I've got, yeah.
And we found
That's
two-
probably the most of any I've found is the Austrian.
Yeah, they used them on my property. There's 2 Georgia divisions had them right there on my property in the backup trench. We found 2 across the road and one way on down accurately with. But you can always find the throats and the tip because the other was wood wrapped in oilcloth. Wood.
Okay.
Body wood. I got a bunch of originals back there that still got everything on them.
I bet you found a lot of those little 3-ring 54 caliber Confederate bullets there too. Those were Austrian, I think.
They were.
That's what you think too.
But what the thing about it, everybody said it's Mississippi's. But over in Paulding County, this guy's property found this skeleton with all his equipment, had his eating utensils there, had a hole in his head. And he had an Austin Lorenz with his cap, how did you pocket full of those bullets. Well, did you want to look at our duck stuff in Gilgal?
Yeah, let's do that.